Hytale will be getting its third update this week. We have confirmation that automation and machinery will be part of the game, and the team is growing very quickly as they work towards multiple future updates. You may have noticed a huge boom in videos of Hytale mods featuring working machinery. Even Simon teased a video of this before the game launched, and this is because the team is now hiring automation and tinkering devs/designers. Quote, "We're exploring physics-driven systems built around real physical parts, gears, shafts, belts, pulleys, rotation, motion, power generation and transmission, logic and machines that players can assemble, break and optimize." Man, that's a lot. The design challenge here, Simon continues, is to make it feel like a natural extension of the game. Fully optional, easy to engage with at a small scale, yet capable of deep complexity and automation for players who want to go further. He says, "Tag a dev or modder who builds this kind of stuff. I'll be scouting in the coming weeks." Everyone was imagining what a create mod would look like in Hytale, and now it seems like it's actually going to be built into the vanilla part of the game. One user commented on this post, "I don't know about anyone else, but for a fantasy-themed game like Hytale, I'd love to see automation lean more into magic rather than lots of physical machinery. Physical systems tend to get complicated really fast, while a magic-based approach feels way more fitting and unique." Simon said, "I agree, a bit of both actually would be good. Technology and magic should work in harmony." Another user seemed to love this. They said, "Mechanical with partial magic portions sounds amazing. Maybe even magic as a possible power source?" And Simon followed up saying, "It would be fun. Some magic could be harvested from places/nodes to fuel your machines." I honestly see some opportunity for some great world building here, the distinct story that you can tell between machines and magic, and possibly how they interconnect. In many fantasy worlds, magic and technology seem to be at war, at conflict with one another, so maybe it'd be interesting to explore what would happen if they were united. Real quick, I literally never do this, but I would love to ask if you guys could subscribe to the channel. We are so close to 100,000 subscribers, and it would mean the world to me. Regarding Update 2, which has now been pushed to the main version of the game, Simon said, "The minions are a bit janky, but hey, it's early access. Let's have fun and not worry about it just yet. That's how I see Hytale's future development. Let's have fun and experiment a bit from time to time. I want to add more interesting drops in the world, especially from chests, so this could be a fun way for us to experiment and make exploration much more fun. Finding books, scrolls, potions, and items that bring a lot more excitement rather than just materials and equipment." That being said, production is ramping up as we work on several updates in parallel, and we will put Update 3 into pre-release next week. We will give a bit more time in pre-release to let modders and servers adapt this time around. This one should be a bit smaller as we are trying to offset the pre-release and release schedule to be more predictable. We will share more details next week. So a bit of important clarification from Simon there, that whilst Update 3 is going to be smaller than expected, they're also working on others like Update 4, 5 and beyond at the same time. This will probably lead up to them announcing an official update cadence, as in weekly or monthly or maybe every 2 weeks. It'll be great to get this locked in so that we all know when to expect updates. One feature Simon did confirm, either for Update 3 or 4, will be the ability for you to have multiple characters. Currently, you can only save one skin, and if you want to change or experiment, you can't actually go back to what you had very easily. You've got to select all the items again. This will hopefully fix that, allowing you to have multiple avatars, multiple outfits, and allow you to choose what character you join different servers with. One user did notice this huge copper vein underground with the new ore generation in their world, and Simon said there is actually a rare chance for huge ores to spawn like this, that it's intentional. He said, "Let's have some fun with it." Obviously, if this becomes ridiculous or super invasive to players' worlds with the new update, I'm sure they can patch it out. Another user asked if it's possible to add an option to fix an item to a specific inventory slot so that it doesn't go into chests or move when we organize our backpack. Simon said this one's definitely on his list as a quality of life improvement. Players are sharing even more incredible results that they've had with the version 2 of World Generation that was released. A user called Gioba, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, was messing with World Gen V2 and created a floating beach cliffs biome, which they showcased in multiple screenshots here, prompting Simon to make a comment. "Seeing artists learn and create with World Gen V2 is incredible. The vision from many years ago is becoming a reality. All of this with no code, just a node editor that can be learned by anyone in just a few days. What I envisioned for Hytale's World Generation is to maintain that sense of wonder and exploration from start to finish. Wherever you go, it should feel handcrafted, mysterious, and yet infinitely generated. Never the same experience. Every time you play Hytale, it should feel like a new journey, refreshing that sense of wonder and exploration. We are very different from other block games. We want to push you to explore, and we will give you the right tools to do it. Artists are now in control of the worlds being created, and I couldn't be more excited about that future. As this is a very high focus for adventure mode, I will be hiring 15 world designers in the coming months. Starting salary is between 80 and 100k US dollars. This is long-term work. We are going to make more than just Orbis, we are going to create many worlds in the years to come. He continues, we need hundreds of biomes, each with handcrafted prefabs and much more. This is very ambitious work, but rest assured, players will be able to visit some of what's in progress in future updates, via the gateways and other special events. Already, as I mentioned, the community has been on fire with different world generation posts and people experimenting with their creations. I'm so excited to see the team that Simon brings on and what they start to build. The game could feel completely different in 6 to 12 months time. I mean, I don't know the exact timeline for when they plan to fully release an update that includes World Gen V2 in the base game, but we'll definitely be seeing it in Ancient Gateways for the next few months. The user High Captain that we showcased in a previous video posted this image, pretty crazy looking, saying, bit overdone maybe, but with collision toggle coming, I thought it would be fun to create a very messy witch hut you can actually walk through. Simon replying, this gives me anxiety, lol. And yeah, I mean, wow, just looking at this, there is so much going on, but honestly, could you imagine walking through this as like an adventure map? I mean, this can be done in-game, in multiplayer, while you're with other players on a server. You can walk through a build like this. It's so exciting. The staff on the floor with a mouse next to it, stacks of books and potions with maps on the wall, fish hanging from the ceiling, the crooked chandelier, even an owl resting on the enchantment desk. In regards to the skeleton praetorian as well, that's the giant big skeleton dude that you can find in Zone 4, that's near the lava. User Torstaken posted this video where they spawned one in Zone 1 just to test it out, and it just keeps shooting itself away into the sky. Many players have reported this, it even happened in my playthrough. A user replied, Simon, please don't fix that, this is so hilarious, lol. Simon actually said he's taking his time to fix it because it makes great clips. In other news, some of the most OG Minecraft YouTubers checked out Hytale this week, with Lewis and Simon from the Yogscast playing for the first time, and even Stampy Longnose taking a dive into his lovely world, but in Hytale, using a world converter tool. My friend Dirty Virus has actually worked on a tool for this specific thing that allows you to convert your Minecraft world and builds over to Hytale. Make sure to check his video out for more information on that. I was even enjoying a few games over on his server Hyclash, which is currently testing out some minigames, and I found them pretty fun. Servers have been facing some issues in general with limits to how many players they can host or how stable they are when lots of people are trying to connect all at once, but the team is aware and working on this infrastructure. In general, the world of Hytale just doesn't seem to be slowing down. Everybody is still playing the game, and we're likely building to an update that actually adds a bit more significant progression in the game so players can proceed with things like Mithril. We know there are missing factions, and factions currently don't do much with the player or with each other. We know that's a big thing that they want to hit soon. I'm telling you, we may be calling these Update 2, Update 3, but I really just think that we're at like 1.2, 1.3 right now. The actual Update 2 that we get is going to be much more significant, I feel. Like the team said, they can actually be working towards some of these bigger things in the background while they're checking off smaller things in Update 3, 4, and 5. Remember, if you're telling your friends to buy this game, make sure to tell them to use code Quebec as well to support the channel. Subscribe to help us get to 100,000 subscribers, stay safe, and keep free.